Good morning, all of you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Now, today we will start with a new chapter in moral science, chapter number 5, different strokes. Open your books to page number 23, different strokes. This chapter is based on criticism. Criticism is when we pass judgment on others. Alright, we criticize the work, we pass judgment on others. So, this particular chapter is based on that. And now it is human nature to judge others. It is in our nature, it is inherent in us that we pass judgment on others, that we judge others. And when we are dealing with others, it is very easy to find fault in the working of others and condemn the other people, the way people do things, the way they dress up, the way they talk, the way they eat or perform or do any work. And we we are very easy and quick with our judgments on others. And uh, when we see other people doing a particular job, and so we think that it could be done, that work could be done in a much better way. And so we condemn people on their working also. And but many times the truth is that if we had to perform the same task, the same work, then the question is that can we really do it better than them? Because uh, if someone else has done a particular thing, then for us it becomes very easy to judge them, to condemn them. But if we ourselves are given the same task, then can we do it better? And now it is very easy to criticize others and to condemn others, but very difficult to improve or change the situation. So, here's the story to understand all this in a better way. Now, once upon a time, there was a painter, and he has just completed his course, and now he had learned painting under a very famous painter, and so he has just completed his course. And this young artist, he wanted to decided that he will assess that how much he have learned, all right, and that how well he could paint. And so uh, he decided to paint a scenery, and he took 3 days and painted a beautiful scenery. And so because he wanted to know that how much he really knew painting and all that, and how much his skills really were. And so an idea flashed in his mind, and he decided that he will put up his painting on a busy street square where people of the town resided. So a particular section where the people lived, and he thought in an open area, there he will put up his painting. And why? Because he wanted people's opinion about his ability, about his caliber and painting skills. He wanted the people to tell him that how well he painted, and what he is doing wrong. And so he put his painting at a busy street crossing, and below the painting he placed a board, and in on that board he wrote that, "Gentlemen, I have painted this piece, and I am new to this profession," means I am a new painter, and since I am new to this profession, then obviously I might have committed some mistakes in the way I have, means the strokes with the brush, how in which direction the brush should be used and all. So he thought that he might have committed some mistakes in his strokes and the use of colors and anything else, etc. And so he wrote that, "You people, please put across wherever you see a mistake." So, and he put his painting on a busy street crossing, and put this board also with these words written on it. And now when he came back in the evening to collect his painting, now he was completely devastated and shattered, because the whole canvas, it was filled with crosses, because he has written that he asked in that note that wherever you find a mistake, you put a cross. And so when he came back in the evening, he saw that the whole canvas, it was full of crosses, and some people had even given comments on his painting. And the young artist, now he was completely disheartened and broken, and he ran to his master's place, and he started to cry and sobbing, and he was unconsolable, means he refused to be comforted, and he was so much hurt that he has learned so much and still he doesn't know anything, and people, they did not like his painting and all that. And so he told his master that what had happened, and uh, showed him his painting also, and it was filled with crosses, with marks everywhere. And means the state, such was the state that the colors, means so many crosses the people have put on that painting, that even the colors were not visible, and the only thing that was visible on the beautiful scenery were crosses and correction marks, that the people have put the crosses and where they wanted a correction, so only that was visible. The crosses, nothing of the scenery was visible. And the young artist, he was breathing heavily, and the master, and he said that I am useless, and if this is what I have learned to paint, I am not worth becoming a painter. So he was crying and he was heartbroken, and he said that I am useless now, even after so many years. If this is what I have learned, then I am not good for anything, and I am useless, and I am not even worth becoming a painter, and people have totally rejected me, and I feel like I should die, means it is no use living. And the master, he smiled, and more experience, so he knew the world, and he suggested, and he said that my son, I will prove that you are a great artist and that you have learned your skill well. And he said that you don't worry, I will prove that you really are a good artist and that you have done your studies well. And the young artist, he couldn't believe it, and he said that no, master, I have lost faith in myself. I don't believe in myself now, and I don't think that I am good enough, that I cannot do, that I can really do this painting well. And he said that, master, please don't give me false hopes, because the people, they have rejected me completely. And the master, he interrupted him and said that do as I tell you to do, but do not question it. So without questioning, do as I told you to do. And then the master told him that just paint an exact picture once again and give it to me. And will you do that for your master? So master asked him that I want you to paint a similar exact picture like that and give it to me. And so the young artist, he was not very willing, so unwillingly he agreed. And 2 days later, he presented a replica, an exact copy of the earlier painting, to his master. And the master, he took it gracefully and smiled, and he said, now you come with me. And they reached the same street square early morning and displayed the same painting exactly at the same place. So the master, he took his young disciple along with him and put the same painting on the same street, same position, same place. And the master, he took out another board, and on which he wrote, now gentlemen, he wrote that, gentlemen, I have painted this piece, and since I am new to this profession, then obviously I might have committed some mistakes in my strokes, choice of color, etc. And then master added that I have put a stool here. If you see in this picture, there's a stool here, and he wrote that I have put a stool here, and on it there are some colors and some brushes. And so he wrote that just do me a favor, if you see a mistake, kindly pick up a brush and correct it. And so he put the same picture there, but and he even the message, the note, that half of it was same, and then he added just a little thing more, that I have put a stool with some colors and brushes, and you people do me a favor. Now in the earlier note, he wrote that if you found anything wrong, please put a cross there, but in it he wrote that if you find a mistake, kindly you pick up the brush and correct the mistake. And so they placed the painting there, and the master and the young artist, they walked back to their homes, and they both came back to the same place that evening. And the young artist, he was surprised that there was not even a single correction done so far in his painting. But the master, he was not satisfied, and so he told his disciple that maybe a day was a little less for the people to come up with their ideas and to take out time from their busy schedules to have a look at it and to correct it. And so he said that okay, we will keep it here for one more day, and tomorrow is Sunday, the people would be free, and so we can accept that we could expect that they could come up with some corrections. And the next day they visited and found that the painting, it remained untouched, and the painting was kept there for a month and no corrections came in. All right, why do you think first time, they told that the same painting had so many mistakes? Why the second time nobody came up? What do you think, class?
Because the people found it difficult, more difficult than to criticize the painting, than to do it again and make the corrections.
All right, because that is right. You know, it is very easy to criticize, but very difficult to improve on that. Now, what the painters painted when he asked for criticism, they were ready to give their views and ready to criticize. But when he said that if you find anything wrong, please you correct it. Now, that was a difficult task, and so we also should have that same attitude, not be very quick to judge others, and so no, we should also like to put ourselves in other shoes, and not be so judgmental on others, and try to think that what if we had been in their place, have we been able to do that same thing in a better way? So, that is a question for us and a lesson for us to learn, that we should never be quick to judge others. And, most of us, we find it very easy to find fault in the work of others. And if given a chance, like this young artist, he gave them a chance. And, uh, people, they were ready to criticize him. But if we asked to improve, then we may be easy to criticize others, but if we are asked to improve on it, then we may find it very difficult. And now giving an honest feedback, now that is not bad. And constructive and positive criticism, now positive and constructive, which you criticize or you give judgment to build up others and not to pull someone down. All right, so judgment, criticism, constructive criticism, and honest feedback, that is appreciated, but it should be given in such a manner as if you want to build up someone, all right, to improve someone, and not to bring down and destroy someone. So constructive and positive criticism is better rather than destructive criticism. And constructive criticism, it could be a communication way in which we try to identify and find solutions to problems. And like if there's a problem, then we could sit together and talk and try to find out the solution to the problems or to the shortcomings in a positive manner. And moreover, one more thing, like if we are at the receiving end of criticism, and if we had been criticized by others, then also we should not let ourselves be led away by others criticism and by others judgment and feel depressed like this young artist did. And as we live our lives, we have to take criticism in our stride, and we have to consider that which one of these criticisms are genuine and from which we can learn and become better, and we can implement those, and which help us to improve as a person, and leave the rest just like that and not be bothered much from negative criticism. So that was the chapter. How did you find it? Yes, class 8? Are you people able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, did you learn anything from this particular chapter? Class 8, anyone here? Where's Ashita?
Yes, ma'am.
Haan beta, what do you want to say?
I want to say that, ma'am, taking every criticism in a positive way is better than taking it as a negative comment. But, ma'am, every criticism is not worth considering also.
Alright, alright. Good. Anyone else would like to share their views? Yes, Navya?
Ma'am, I think that ma'am criticism ma'am can be positive and negative, but we should take the positive criticism also in a correct way, but the negative criticism we should ignore that.
Okay, alright.
And we should learn that the difference between the positive and the negative criticism.
Okay. Well said, both of you. And so read the chapter thoroughly and try to do the exercises and the question answers. If you have any problem, you can ask. Okay, all of you?
Okay, ma'am.